What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be continuing to show you how to make the neighbor case secret neighbor map. This is part 2, and in this one, we're going to be getting most of the rest of the outer walls done and getting some porches and stuff in. Avoiding roofs we don't like roofs. I don't particularly enjoy them. And yeah, but yeah, most of the house itself, again, other than those, will be done wall-wise. As you can see over there, that's kind of where we get. Anyway, with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. So because I have a strong hatred for roofs, not really, we're going to just be ignoring them for as long as we can until we pretty much physically have to do them and that we have no other choice. So we're going to start by just finishing off the rest of the front that isn't the roofs because again, no thanks. And you want to start by getting out the following for this particular part. Quartz pillars, yellow terracotta, iron bars, red concrete, cyan concrete, glass panes, pale oak trap doors, smooth quartz blocks, and birch door, I guess. I'm not really sure if we'll actually use that, but we'll try. So, I love how I say we'll try. It's either we use it or we don't, I guess. Head to the left side. We're going to start here, and we'll kind of just work our way around, again, doing more sections, and then we'll probably do roofs, actually, after that, or small details. I'm not sure. It depends which one ends up making more sense. But you want to take out of this quartz pillar that sticks up here, you want to take not the top quartz pillar, but the one below it. And it should be in line with the tops of the windows on the left side, if you notice that. But you're going to bring this quartz pillar right with a yellow terracotta. 3 iron bars, 7 yellow terracotta, 3 iron bars, and then a large number of yellow terracotta. I'll just tell you where it ends up ending instead. It's between the last 2 windows on the front over there. It's actually 1 block further right than that. At least I would... kind of. Well... just go over by 18 with yellow terracotta. I didn't have that number, and I just, because I feel like this corner here should probably be a quartz pillar that's upward facing, because it is. Well, you'll see why on the inside, because or actually you'll see why just now, because you want to bring this forward with 5 red concrete, and then an upward facing quartz pillar. Connect that quartz pillar down into the yellow terracotta wall, because it should connect into it. And then from there, you want to extend, I guess the bottom one, I don't really know, but just pick one. You want to extend it right with 15 cyan concrete. Perhaps the bottom one wasn't the best one, but it ends up being cyan on that side anyway, so it's fine. The block over from that will be an upward facing quartz pillar like so. You should be 1 off from it, although maybe you're more than that, it doesn't really matter. If you're more than 1, just connect into it like this. You want to bring this quartz pillar up by 12. Just like so. You want to leave a gap of 5 going right, and you're going to place the same pillar in height. And, this block, what do I have it sideways, probably? Yeah. I don't think there's any logic to the way I do that. Honestly. Just kind of whatever. Generally, I think left to right overtakes up and down, unless the up and down is ending the row that the left and right is on. Or it's going through it, if that makes sense. If this were to be quartz pillar down here, then this would be sideways. But because it's not, or it would be up and down, I mean. But, whatever, just words. On top, or I guess between these two, rather, you want to place 7 rows of cyan concrete extending up. In the very center, you're going to place 3 glass panes extending up from there, and really the rest of this is cyan concrete between the pillars, except for the top row. I guess just place 4 cyan concrete on either side and 1 on top of the pane row. Above that, you'll place sideways quartz pillar connecting. Yeah, see, I have these upward facing, even though the quartz pillar extends further out. I don't really think there's logic to it. The bottom 2 glass panes, again, you'll do the same thing where you will place the pale oak trapdoors off of the blocks to the side that are open towards the inside, like the center of the window. Just like so. Tell you what we can do now. This quartz pillar here on the left, it should be 5 tall as of right now. You want to extend it up an additional 1, so it's 6 tall. And then just kind of extend it all right with cyan concrete, which will give you another wall to add to the collection of various walls we have here. This little row of red concrete along with the quartz pillar corner, I'm going to make the same height up and down as that cyan. Won't do the same with the yellow, though. Actually, will we? I wasn't going to, but it'll help us on the inside, I think, if we do, yeah. So bring it down the 4 rows and also up whatever. Do I want to go 4? Maybe. Yeah, sure, that's fine. And then up 1 with yellow as well. Technically 3, you would only need 3, but it's not a huge difference. I guess if you're, like, doing this in survival for some reason, then yeah, you can. Always have to mention that, like, again, building something like this in survival is insane. You want to take the right side of the yellow here, and we're going to exclude the quartz pillar corner, but the rightmost 5 yellow terracotta you'll bring up by 1, and then the quartz pillar, or the yellow terracotta left of that will be a quartz pillar. I guess I spoiled it. You'll extend that quartz pillar up by 5. And then I'll bring each block of the quartz pillar right with yellow terracotta. I'll just bring it through this still. We're going to be doing a lot of this as we don't have roofs, rather than trying to work around where I know the roof is. And essentially, you can bring this yellow right, and you can bring the quartz here back with cyan concrete. And they should meet at a point which I'm going to make a cyan concrete here. Again, this is a lot of these corners are off the top of my head. We might have to change them later. But you'll go up to the height that is the, you know, quartz pillar here on the left with the yellow. And if I'm correct, that should be the height that'll get us all that we need on this particular little portion. But I'm not entirely sure on that. I guess we'll... Yeah, that is correct. Cool. Whoops. I like instinctively try to place a quartz. That is one thing nice about building these houses, is you get to know them a lot better. Like, I know this layout fairly well since I've now built it, and how everything connects. Anyway, this part's kind of weird, but you want to take the top row of quartz pillar on the cyan here, and you're going to extend it off of the... Is it both sides the same? It's 5 off of the right, and yeah, 5 off the left. Just like this. On both sides, it'll connect back. Actually, you won't connect back, I lied. Because it connects back with spruce. But on the left, it does get brought back, that furthest one. On the right, you just have 5 rows of spruce, so... And you can do whatever you want with these corner ones. I might consider on the left side here making this upward facing, but I actually have it as left to right, so... Again, what is this logic? I don't get it. You can, for now, get rid of your iron bars and get out spruce planks, that was what it was. And you want to fill in this little square we have here on the left at the bottom with spruce planks. This will be one of the only sections we'll fill in right now. Most of them are trapdoored, this one isn't. The right side, you'll take each of these 5 quartz pillars, and you'll extend them back with spruce planks until you're in line with, or 1 block before the quartz pillars here for this wall. You can see exactly where that ends. It's diagonally touching. And yeah. There is a hole in this. I think we'll do that now. Maybe not exactly now. You should have this. Oh, no, we can't do it exactly now. So, if you head to the underside of this and you're looking towards the back of the build, you want to take the 5 rows of spruce planks, and at this back row, you're breaking the center 3. The row in front, you're breaking the left 2, and the next row, you'll be breaking the middle out of that 3, but rightmost out of the 2, and it should look like this. These are randomized and not very well done. I kind of just sloppily did them because I didn't really care to do all the stairs and slabs and stuff like I normally do. Anyway. These 2 quartz pillars are going to connect at a right angle with cyan concrete. So I'm going to take the bottom here above this little balcony. And again, I'll just go back with cyan here and over with cyan here. And they should meet at a point. Nice. This floor can also become spruce planks. I feel like doing the this whole balcony right now, because I feel like I'm gonna forget if I don't later. And from the back here, on the inside of this wall, you'll take the third cyan concrete forward, and you're gonna break it and replace it with a smooth quartz, or place a smooth quartz block in the floor below it, rather. You'll have a birch door on that smooth quartz block with the handle facing left. If you're looking at it, it will face towards the front, though, in general, for direction. You're going to extend each cyan concrete up by 6. Place 5 cyan on top of the door as well. Yeah, we'll do this whole balcony right now. We might as well. That'll be annoying to have to clear inventory for that and then get the stuff back. But I want to get these ones out of the way that we're doing. Like, ones that don't have major bits to them that we'd be missing. Like, I'd notice missing, you know? Because, like, I feel like if I just had this, I'd be like, whoops. Anyway, going front to back here, you're going to place... Oh, good. That's splendid. Get rid of your smooth quartz blocks and birch doors first, and get out brick walls and a dark oak fence. And you're going to go front to back and place 2 cyan concrete. Brick wall. 5 cyan concrete. Glass pan. 5 cyan concrete. Glass pan, then it'll be 3 cyan concrete to the corner. And this little wall in the back is just blank, so you can bring the cyan across. You will then copy that whole row 2 more times. Hopefully everyone's having a good day or night. I didn't say that yet, I don't think. I am for the most part. 2 parts, baby. Let's go. Always fun to record back to back. Not really. You'll then place a row of cyan concrete on top of that. It depends on the build, I guess. Whenever I'm feeling like, you know, it's a new one, it's sometimes fun, but... when it's something like Poppy Playtime at this point, it's like, another one, you know? Anyway, off of the bottom 2 blocks of each of these 3 windows, you'll do the thing where you place off of the cyan either side. Pale oak trapdoors open up against the inside. I've been trying to recently. Today's an exception because this is a new one that I'm just starting, and I do like to get a little bit done before I start just kind of dilly-dallying. But I have been doing it... I forgot what I was saying. That's good. You'll place dark oak fence on the outermost quartz pillar, but leave the very corner quartz pillar open at the front here. I've been doing like 2 different ones per day, so like it'd be this and then Poppy Playtime or whatever. But just 2 of this today, because why not? Get rid of your... we'll go spruce planks and yellow terracotta and get out dark oak stairs. And I don't know, we didn't need planks actually, so I just got rid of 2 things for no reason. That's good. Actually, we'll go strip dark oak wood, sure. We can even do the supports here. Why not? Above the birch door, you're going to count up to, I want to say the 4th cyan concrete up. Yes, this one. And you're going to place a dark oak stair facing out. If you're looking at it, you'll extend it left and right by 2. And then down with a row of upside down dark oak stairs that face into the wall. Off those upside down stairs, you'll place stairs facing towards you like so. Underneath the left and rightmost upside down dark oak stairs, you'll place dark oak fence. That is not it. There we go. On the very corner here, you were going to bring this quartz pillar here up with stripped dark oak wood. That should just go all the way up and connect into the quartz pillar above. You can then get rid of that stripped dark oak wood and get out dark oak fence gates. And we're going to look from the front of the build for these supports. If you... take the stripped dark oak wood pillar in the top of it, you'll place a dark oak fence to the left. Keep extending down and then left, and just kind of follow that diagonal until you physically can't anymore, which should be there. The row of fences that is 1 row off, actually both the wall and the stripped dark oak, but we're mainly worried about the stripped dark oak. You'll connect into it with dark oak fence gates. Off of the back of the stripped dark oak, you're going to take the 5th wood down, so 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and place a dark oak fence. With this one, you'll keep extending up 1, back 1, up 1, back 1, etc. until you again physically can't anymore. Not the top row of fences, but the one below it, you'll connect forward to the pillar with dark oak fence gates. It should be 2. There's one more support that doesn't really make sense. You'll take the quartz pillar behind this and you'll count down to the 4th one. You'll place 2 dark oak fence extending up. Then go left. Or sorry, forward, not left. Then left. Forward, up, forward, up. Get rid of your dark oak fence gates and get out flower pots for a moment. And you can do this pattern as you'd like. Basically, it's going to be a flower pot off every... Well, for this, I guess it's different per one. If you place a flower pot on the backmost dark oak fence on this little balcony, you're going to count forward, leaving 5 open. Then a flower pot. Then 4 open. Flower pot. And on the front row of 4, I have one on the far left. I try to make it even. If you don't care about it being symmetrical like I do, you can just kind of do it whatever amount. I do 4 probably between. Anyway. Now that I'm refreshed on water, we can keep going. Head backwards, and I guess we can do this overhanging guy, because we might as well. You're going to take the bottom right quartz pillar here, which is this one, and you're going to extend it back, or sorry, forward by 11. Yeah. That end one you will bring up by 5, and I'll also make the bottom of it upward facing. You'll then take this one and connect it left with 5 sideways quartz pillars, like so. This little front wall you'll fill in with red concrete with the 5 rows of it. On the right side, you'll place a row of red concrete at the bottom. And then this is symmetrical, so if you're looking at it, you're either going left to right or right to left, doesn't matter. And you'll place 2 red, glass pane, 4 red, glass pane, 2 red. Copy that row 2 more times. And then place a row of red concrete on top. These windows have the pale oak trap doors that are on either side of the windows, so I shouldn't have to go over it again, but off the side, bottom 2 side red concrete, you'll place them open towards the inside. Maybe that'll be the last time I, at least in this part, reiterate that. But I'll obviously mention when they're there. I'm not just going to hope you know which ones are which. It's kind of half the point of following a tutorial that you don't need to memorize that. Anyway, get rid of your dark oak stairs and get out dark oak planks. And on the portion of the wall that doesn't have quartz pillars above it, you will place dark oak planks. It'll help us now, it'll help us, yeah, I guess now, so we might as well do it. Bring the dark oak planks here out an additional row. This will be the one-off roof that we do. So it'll look like this. You'll then pretty much just connect them together and fill in the top with dark oak planks. And then it'll give you a roof. Because of how long ago I built this, I'm looking at this like, how did I actually get some of this stuff to line up properly? I genuinely don't know right now. It's kind of funny to look at and be like, I really did that successfully? Anyway, off of the quartz pillar here on the next section, you want to take the, it's along the back right now. I guess that's technically part of what we just were doing. But you want to take this quartz pillar on the side here, and you're going to extend this guy towards the front of the build with 6 quartz pillars. That 6th one I will have upward facing as well. You can then extend this end one up by 5. And yeah, I guess that's all. I'm going to take the top quartz pillar and I'm going to bring this one like towards the right wall. It'll be left from our angle with red concrete, and I'll bring, I thought I just heard ambiance. And I'll bring this wall of red concrete back, and they should meet at a point, which you guessed it will be an upward facing quartz pillar. That quartz pillar you can bring down by 4. And I'm going to fill in this little portion of the wall, this like 4x4 square with red concrete, but leave the back open for a brief second. We're going to do more weird inventory stuff here. But first, okay, this is not going to make sense. We're going to come back to this in a second, but because we have the dark oak fences and flower pots now, I want to get this one out of the way as well. If you head down to this quartz pillar here where you have the... It's a very odd shape. If you know what I'm thinking, you know what I'm thinking. If you don't, it's better if you don't. You want to take the left and center quartz pillars and place dark oak fence on top of them. The right one you'll leave alone. And again, you can do whatever you want with the flower pots. I have a flower pot on the furthest left fence, and out of the middle here, I have it on the, I think, direct center, actually. Yeah. Cool. On the section above, here on the left, you're going to place dark oak fence on the quartz pillar, like so. This furthest left one, you can also extend, I guess, towards the actual front of the build to connect like so. Don't place quartz pillar under it, though. And again, do the flower pots as you want. So I have it on these side rows on the front and back fences, which will be, I guess, the ones against the wall on the corners. And then I'll leave gaps of 4 extending in from those end ones, and I think it'll leave 5 in the middle again, yeah. So 4 or 5 seems to be the pattern here. Anyway, what can we get rid of here? The dark oak fences, flower pots, and dark oak planks, and get out spruce planks, smooth quartz blocks, and birch doors. Sure, that works. The floor of this balcony you're going to fill in with spruce planks. It'll be 5 rows out from the quartz pillars in total, and it'll be before the actual, like, you know, the wall here ends up getting brought down, which we don't have yet, but we'll have it in a second. My dogs keep barking at, I think, the neighbor's dogs. Like, stop, please. I'm trying to record. I can't believe they didn't know that. Gosh. Such inconsiderate dogs. Anyway. Going, if you're looking towards the front still, going right to left, you're going to place 2 red concrete, a smooth quartz block in the floor with a birch door on top of it, and the handle should face left like that. And then just connect left from there with more red concrete. Get rid of your spruce planks and birch doors and smooth quartz blocks, actually. And get out iron bars, warp fence, and acacia fence. In each of the 3 rows, starting from the left and going right, you're going to place 4 iron bars, and then just the rest will be red concrete. Not very anticlimactic, I know, but it's fine. Nice. The center row of iron bars, we can actually do this on both sides just for fun. On both sides of the center row of iron bars, you're going to place acacia signs. Did I say I feel like I said fences. I feel like I did earlier. I'm now having that, like, moment. Yeah, that's fine, surely. And then off the bottom and top iron bar rows, you'll place warped signs off either side. I almost just said fence again. At least allegedly, if I said fence the first time. No, I feel like I didn't. I feel like that was just a thought in my brain for some reason. Surely it's fine. Anyway, you should have this. Going right, you want to get rid of the 3 things we just used. So the iron bars, warp signs, and acacia signs. And get out yellow terracotta. And guess what? Smooth quartz blocks and birch doors again. And so we're going to do this balcony here. If we take the left side and this quartz pillar, you want to extend... Actually, you can take both sides. It's not going to be the pillar here. It's going to be like the outermost one. You'll extend out with 6 rows of yellow terracotta. It should be a 6x5, I think, in total. Yeah, cool. That is 7? So close, though. I'll get it next time. I did get it next time, actually. Nice. The rows closest to the actual front, you're going to take the left side first and extend to the, well, right with 7 yellow terracotta. This is from the bottom one, by the way. A smooth quartz block in the floor with a birch door on it, but the handle for this one faces right. I think it's the only door on the outside that does, but it does, so. And then the bottom half of that door, you'll just extend all the way right with yellow terracotta. The number, if you want it, should be 11, and I'll double check that, which it should be correct. I might have just screwed up, though. Now we're good. Extend all the yellow terracotta up, I guess, by 4 rows here. At least this back wall, and then you'll have however many on top of the door. I think it's 3. Yeah, 3. Get rid of your... We'll need it again. We'll need it again. No, we'll get rid of cyan concrete this time and get out warped planks. Because I think cyan concrete will go longer without needing. And you'll fill in the floor of this balcony in with warped planks. I love warped planks. It's like such a weird block, but it's kind of a nice looking one. Not one I would use a lot, but like, I don't know. It looks nice like on a build like this. And maybe on playtime, I don't know. I don't think I use it that much. No, I guess I would have for the cyan concrete on the exterior in spots. Anyway, the sections on the left and right here, these little rectangles, you're going to take this corner of them specifically where the quartz pillar joins on the inside, and you'll bring this back with sideways quartz pillar until you're diagonally touching the yellow terracotta. On the left, you're just filling between the two lines with red concrete, nothing crazy. And on the right side, you have a window in the center. And the window is a brick wall window. So I'll place a row of red at the bottom. And then I'll place 2 red going from the front backwards, or I guess towards the actual front. Then brick wall, and then 2 red concrete. And again, you'll copy that row 2 more times and place red concrete on top. This one does have a thing going, but we're not going to worry about it yet. Get rid of your warp planks and get out iron bars. And first thing you want to do is on top of the yellow terracotta. Between here, you'll place 2 rows of yellow terracotta. Then going left to right on it, you'll place 2 yellow. Iron bar. 4 yellow. Brick wall. And then you should end with 1 yellow. Copy that row 2 more times. And then place a row of yellow terracotta on top. All 3 of these windows, including these 3 on the top of the back wall, we're pretty much just like doing a line of them. These all 6 of these have the payload trapdoors on these sides. So yeah, get to it. Honestly, don't expect this exterior to be too bad. Interior, I think, will be rough overall. Just because of how many rooms it is. Like, even if we do, I'll say, like, 2 apart. It'll take a while still, because, again, there's a lot. But if we can do the exterior in, like, 4 parts, fence and everything included, that'll be very awesome. Interior will be very last. We're going to kind of, like, do this periodic, I guess, by segments. So, house itself is this part. And then it's going to be marking the fence and doing the barn, and then it'll be actually doing the fence, and then finally it'll be terraforming and whatever other details there are. Anyway, this window is boarded up kind of the same. If you get rid of your iron bars and just get out a warp sign, whoopsies. The top iron bar is a warp sign on it, and the one below that has an acacia sign, so you can get rid of the warp and get out an acacia and place one there. Sorry so much inventory rotation, it's just kind of, you know, just how it do be. Is that cyan or... That looked like light blue. I swear that looked like light blue. I'm crazy. Get rid of your acacia signs and get out prismarine walls. Sure. And we're not even going to worry about that cyan wall I just mentioned. We'll do that later, I think. But on the right side here, you want to take this wall here, and you can bring the quartz pillar corner up an additional... Hold on, I need this number... 12 we'll go with for now. It might be more than that, but we'll see. You want to take the quartz pillar that's just above the red wall, which would be the first one we would have had up, and you'll extend it forward by 5. And then, which is overhanging, by the way, that is forward. And then it'll go back by 2, which is along the wall. A smooth quartz, and then we'll just go with 3 quartz pillar for now. Out of this row of 3 at the back, it's kind of hard to see where the smooth quartz is, but it's just the second to last quartz pillar. I have it as upward facing. And then I have it also up by, it might be 11 actually. This one's up by 11, yeah. It should make them the same height though, because we already had the one placed, so I guess do keep that one in mind. On top of the smooth quartz here, you're going to place a birch door with the handle facing left if you're looking at it like so. The quartz pillars around it you'll bring up with 5 red concrete. And then bring the door up with 3 red itself. You'll then place sideways quartz pillar on top of the red, which should kind of connect those 2 pillars together. And you want to make sure that you end up extending this quartz pillar. I'm going to bring it through these. Like, I'll actually make these sideways facing, because again, I have them sideways facing. But you want to make sure this quartz pillar extends out an additional 5 on both sides. Which should look like this. I'm going to take the end quartz pillars on that part and bring them down with quartz pillars. And you can actually connect this one into that. I guess I will, because I might as well. And then this side, they actually already end up connecting. Might be smart to have them upward facing. I don't have this one front upward facing, but I'm going to make it upward facing here because I do think it makes more sense. And there's that same exact shape we have below, actually. I didn't even notice that. That's kind of funny. What you can do anyway is extend the end quartz pillars here up by 1. And then you'll go up diagonally in by 4. I have them all upward facing the quartz pillars, but this part's up to you. And then I'll connect these top 2 quartz pillars together with sideways quartz pillars. If you're looking at this wall at this angle, the bottom left panel will be red concrete as well, which is to the left of the doorway. I want you to envision this as a pattern that doesn't quite work. So if you take we're going to take the row above the quartz pillar just here, and we're going to go left to right, and essentially you want a prismarine wall as this first block. And then it'll be 2 glass panes, prismarine wall. Pretend like this quartz pillar is a glass pane, so it'll be 1, 2, prismarine wall. 2 panes, this should be your prismarine wall. 2 panes, prismarine wall, pane, and then this would be nothing, actually. It doesn't count as anything, and that'll make more sense for the side wall, but each of the panes and walls can be brought up and down to fill in the entirety of this side of the greenhouse. I don't get why he has a greenhouse suspended 30 feet in the air, but I really don't want to ask questions either. I also don't know if 30 is accurate. I presume it's not, but I don't want to say like 50 or like 20 and seem way off. So 30 seems reasonable, right? Well, it's the 4th floor, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so 4th floor, I think 30 feet kind of makes sense. Maybe a little less. Anyway, it's time we can actually use something else. So I mentioned this in the last part, or the first part. This quartz pillar here, this yellow terracotta wall that's blank, you want sideways quartz pillars on top of it. And they're going to overhang off the back by, I believe 5 it is. Yeah. And so it'll look like this. You can then actually connect it, like, over and into the greenhouse like so, and I'll have this corner upward facing just because. But it should look like this. So, again, as I mentioned, the pattern kind of continues along here, but it doesn't go all the way. So if you take this quartz pillar corner, going across, or like towards the, I guess the other secret neighbor house for me, because you also totally have to, 100%. Anyway, you want to place a glass pane, wall, 2 panes, wall, 2 panes, wall, 2 panes, wall, pane, upward facing quartz pillar, 4 yellow terracotta, upward facing quartz pillar. You will then copy that row 4 more times. Oopsies. Immediately made a mistake. I say we finish the greenhouse and then that'll probably be the part, but it depends on how long, because we're at 34 minutes for the clip right now. And, unless there's something easy we can do on the side, then, But that's actually, I think, most of the section's done, isn't it? Because, yeah, I don't think there's anything that sticks up further on the side here. Yeah, no, that is most of it. Wow. That's good. So, yeah, next part will be roofs then, I think. Plus whatever ends up being on top of roofs, because I feel like there's something up here. Yeah, this yellow gets brought forward and the sign kind of connects into it. Okay, yeah. Actually, that's an entirely other wall that... No, we do have that wall, actually. Okay. I'm just trying to gain my boundaries, my bad. On top of the windows themselves, you're going to place sideways quartz pillar. And on top of the actual quartz pillar in the yellow terracotta, you want mangrove planks. So get rid of your birch doors and get them out, and again, slap them on there like so. I'm going to replace this one here with a quartz pillar facing upward and then bring it up by 1. It technically doesn't matter because it's covered on every side, but I just think it makes more sense to have it like this. And then from this particular quartz pillar here, this one that sticks up, I'm going to, if I'm looking from the back, I'm going to extend it up diagonally away from me, so technically backwards, by 4. I will then extend it forward by 6, or back by 6. And I actually have the first and last ones upward facing, which does not include the diagonals. You have 2 at the front that are upward facing, and then you'll have 4 sideways, I guess. Actually, wait, let me just recalculate. This one here, this back one is left to right, not upward facing. Because this one will be brought... Both this upward one and then this sideways one will be brought all the way left with sideways quartz pillar, and they should connect perfectly into the kind of points of there. It's hard to explain, but it looks like this. This is such a roof, in fact. This back right sideways quartz pillar you will extend to the right, an additional 5. And then from there you're going to bring it down by also 5. And I'll just kind of adjust these directions. The top quartz pillar here I'll bring back with an upward facing quartz pillar, and then from there I'm going to go down diagonally back by 4. Then down by 1, and then I'll connect back forward into the quartz pillar we just had. So it'll give you a triangle like this. Alright, this is where it's going to get like a whole lot more confusing. So you're going to have to just like trust the process. The quartz pillar here on the back of the greenhouse, which is closest to the front again. I'm going to keep saying that, but I'll shut up now. This one you're going to connect together on either side with sideways quartz pillars. So essentially we're just going to start by framing everything that needs to be framed. This row of quartz pillar here that ended up going right, you want to do the same diagonal like behind this row, so here. So I'll just, again, I'll go back down diagonally back with quartz pillar. And you want to connect into this sideways row. So it looks like this. Get rid of your... What will we get rid of? Prismarine walls, and I guess glass panes, and get out glass blocks and prismarine blocks. In addition, we will get rid of our smooth quartz blocks and get out smooth quartz slabs and do the following here. So on either side here, between the 2 diagonals that are further apart, you want to... And again, it should be the same on both sides. You're going to place a glass block extending in from these, and then a prismarine wall. Then an upward facing quartz pillar. And again, you'll do this on both sides. The quartz pillars you'll bring up diagonally in by 1. Should stay flat with the wall. Up 1. Up diagonally in by 2, and they will connect together there. But we're not done quite yet with that. You'll then bring them up with an additional row of quartz pillars. Does center too. The top quartz pillars should stick over the rest of the roof, so you can actually connect them together with smooth quartz slabs like so. Underneath that ends up being, in the center at least, sideways quartz pillars. So actually, well, yeah, just in the center, like between these quartz pillars, you'll just have sideways quartz pillars there. So, how do I explain this one? Behind the bottom, like out of this little row of 2, the bottom row of 2 on these, you're going to take the bottom quartz pillar and extend it in with an upward facing quartz pillar, which should be in this position. It kind of gives you this L shape. You'll then go up diagonally in by 1, which is either forward or backward. And then you'll go up diagonally in 2 different directions. So you're going both forward or backward and left or right. So the quartz pillar will be in this position. And then you'll do that diagonal one more time, and it should just be directly under these smooth quartz slabs from there. And that's kind of the framing done. Hopefully that makes at least an ounce of sense. The glass blocks and prismarine walls we placed, you can actually just kind of bring along the top of the roof here, which is, you know, here, whatever. Just kind of bring it in from the quartz pillar. And you can try to bring this pattern through as much as you can. Just make sure you stay outside of the quartz pillar. So essentially, I guess that was kind of weird because I just did it, so I can't explain it. But like you see here, after I have this prismarine wall row, it'd be 2 rows of glass blocks. So I'm just going to make sure that these are only 1, and then it's 2 there, and then I'll have a prismarine block there. And you kind of see I just stay outside of that quartz pillar and connect into it pretty much in every situation. And yeah, you can also continue the pattern through on this side where it would be. I actually don't have the same thing going. Instead of having, you know, a prismarine block here like it would be with a 2 pattern, I have glass block, prismarine, and then 2 blocks. And yeah. Hopefully that gets most of your confusion done. The little between areas that you'll end up having left, just ignore them for now. I'll explain what goes on with them in a second because they're not quite normal. They're a little weird. And yeah. Did I get all of it? Yeah, cool. So for this, you want to basically take the roof peak itself here, and you're going to bring the quartz pillars that are applicable here in with a singular glass block. Then again, where they're applicable, a prismarine wall, and then at the very top here, a glass block again. So it's kind of just straight edges rather than doing some weird diagonal thing. Although I don't even think there is room for a diagonal thing to work, so yeah. But it should look like this. You can get rid of your prismarine and glass and get out glass panes and prismarine walls again. And the front and back, like these peaks here, you have... If you take the one side, it should actually line up. You'll have a glass pane kind of on either like side corner like so. Prismarine wall on the row inside, and in the middle 2 are glass panes. And you do this on both ends. Yeah. Cool. Hopefully that was easy enough to follow. That's probably, I think, the hardest part. Other than some of the roofs are weird, because we also have the bow in the roof to deal with, so... But anyway. Take out your quartz pillar, and this part here, the, like, right side, you want to kind of frame. So, I'll take the quartz pillar line, you know, this one, and I'll just kind of bring this quartz pillar back, and then I'll bring this one over, and they should meet at a point in which I can bring that point up with quartz pillars as well. I'll fix a direction there. And same thing here, I guess. If you start from this front here, you'll place a glass pane in the singular block. Then prismarine wall going back. 2 panes, wall, 2 panes, wall, pane. Other side of pillar, pane, wall, 2 panes. Other wall part, wall, 2 panes, wall. So it should look like this, essentially. That's kind of your pattern. Doesn't have to be exactly the same, because it technically doesn't make a difference. But yeah, and we'll just bring those up. And then we'll finish off the little bit of the greenhouse that we can, which should just be this wall here. And we'll go from there. As in, we'll end the video. We're not going anywhere. I mean, that is where we're going. We're going to leave. Nice. As for this wall, you will place a row of yellow terracotta on top of the quartz pillars. Oh good, we need more materials, because why wouldn't we? Get rid of your... let's see. Red concrete and smooth quartz slabs and get out iron bars, and we'll just go with warp signs for now, because we have another one of those windows. So going from the actual back, this finished wall of the greenhouse going towards the front of the build, which is that way, you want to place a 2 yellow terracotta, actually. Glass pane. 4 yellow. Brick wall. 2 yellow. 4 iron bars. And then I'll place another yellow, and I can also just extend it down so it kind of, you know, goes further. We won't go all the way forward there yet, though. But anyway, you'll copy that row 2 more times. That'll be, I think, beginning of next part. We'll connect all of that together. But granted, I'm not recording that today, so that could kind of change. So don't quote me on it. Anyway, you'll then place an additional row of yellow terracotta on top. You'll place your payload trapdoors off the bottom 2 rows of the 2 1x3 windows. Wow, this one got a little bit out of hand. It's all the greenhouse's fault. Whoopsies. And then off the iron bars, you'll take off the, again, top and bottom rows. You'll place the warp signs. Do we want these on the inside, and do we also want it on the inside on the other window? The one that we already did, I mean, the little 1 block window. Yes, we want it on this one, and no, we don't really want it on the other one. We'll do that when we get to the inside, because it's not the same. Actually, we can anyway, I guess. It's just the bottom iron bar, which is right here, is a warp sign. And then if you get rid of the warp to get out acacia signs, you'll place an acacia sign off the middle and on the middle of these iron bars as well. Which I forgot to do the inside, but the inside is just the same as the outside. So, yeah, we'll do that real quick. And then I'll just re-get out the warp signs, because it doesn't matter which sign we have, since we're pretty much done. Actually, we'll get rid of it anyway. Yeah, get rid of whatever sign you have and get out acacia planks. And first thing you want to do is bring these mangrove planks back so they essentially go on top of the rest of the yellow that we haven't filled yet. And then in the center of this roof, you'll fill in with mangrove planks. Extend acacia planks off the side of the mangrove that has a, sharp right angle corner, and it'll go 1 block further on either side, so it covers those corner quartz pillars. And it should look like that. And once you're done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is part 2 of your Secret Neighbor case build complete. That is honestly most of the, house itself done, other than, as I mentioned, the roofs. Only thing is that section that we just worked on, the greenhouse, does get brought forward and connect into that yellow terracotta wall. You see with the random quartz pillar. Oh, that's funny. I did say last part that they never randomly stick out like that, and there is one that does. Anyway, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, we're making pretty good progress with this in 2 parts time. Can't complain. And yeah, with that being said, have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.